that surrounds me now. In a sea of lines and dots, the moment life's about. It's quiet now, all I hear is raindrops. Raindrops. Raindrops.
Welcome back. Week 6 almost of the Shute Shield. And joining me again, Zelvar for the Shoremen on the sideline. Earl, you made your debut on the weekend. How was it? Everything it lived up to?
Yeah, a lot much better than being in a hotel room or over in New Zealand, mate. Just getting amongst the boys again in the change rooms with warm-ups, you know, being able to watch the twos and the Colts play on the sidelines. It was great. So looking forward to more.
It was a very good crowd there at Bon Andrews Oval. Good community feel and good to have great support out there from the local community. And unfortunately, it's our last game at the venue, but many more home games that I'm sure will bring out a lot of support. As we said, it's your first game on the grass. We got a win, so that's a start. And how was it in the coaching box? What do we make out of a 50-10 win over Newcastle and a pretty bruising encounter?
Yeah, it was very physical. You know, the one thing that I saw in the change room after the game were a lot of sore bodies. You know, we picked up a few injuries, a couple of head knocks and ankle sprains. But you know, you could sense that the boys had been in a battle with Newcastle. You know, they went hard at our breakdown. They put plenty of numbers in the breakdown and slowed our ball down, which had an effect on the way we were trying to play. But having said that, we were made to work extremely hard for our 50 points, and you know, that was on the back of some good defensive efforts again from the team. Just being patient and making our tackles, putting them under pressure, getting turnover ball, and then getting speed to play in space. And you know, we picked up a few tries that way.
Yeah, no doubt. And credit to Newcastle, obviously coming off the draw with Manly a week ago, they were pretty high on confidence and that they're going to upset some teams throughout this competition. They seem to be getting better each week. I don't think the scoreline was a real reflection of the game. With 2 tries to Nathan Russell and James Margan, they must have impressed you in the backs and forwards, respectively.
Yeah, Nate's playing some really good football, and you know, he's playing a new position this year. He's come one in off the wing, so there's a little bit more decision making that he has to make. You know, gone are the days of just give me the ball and I'll run, but now he's got to make decisions on when to catch and pass, when to carry, and when to offload. And defensively, it's changed as well. But I thought that on the weekend he handled himself really, really well. And in terms of Margs, mate, he's just a little terrier. He just wants to get into everything. And, you know, sometimes we've just got to rein him, you know, hold him back. And otherwise, you know, he'll probably bite someone's head off. So, you know, he's going really well. And, again, both of them got work-ons to do. And, you know, you've seen them train hard last night at those work-ons. And hopefully that's going to keep on paying off for them as the season progresses.
Yeah, great. And the biggest talking point out of the game was obviously a little bit of an injury toll, which we haven't seen too much this season. Firstly, we'll run through him. Nick Palmer with a head knock. He'll be out for a couple of weeks. What's the latest with Nick?
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you tackle with your head. You know, so and again, that just shows the kind of contact that we were going into on the weekend. You know, when you've got an opposition player coming at 100% at you and you're going 100 at them and things just and you miss your timing by just a little bit. You know, that's when injuries occur. So Stixie's good. He's resting up this week, and if he follows the processes, we might see him back in round 7 or 8.
Yeah, great. We'll wish him all the best. And the next one was Isaac Carver with a bit of a hamstring issue for a prop forward. That's a little bit uncommon, but caught awkwardly over a ruck. He might be out a little bit longer. Where are we at with Isaac?
Yeah, I was just going to say, trust me, it wasn't from running. And so, I guess, again, when, you see these guys go and pill for the ball and they get in low and, and they've got their bases so wide, their legs are wide. And if you don't get it right and you get cleaned out on your backside like Isaac did, you can do some serious damage to those hamstrings or knees. So he got caught in that position on the weekend, and that's how he's injured his hamstring. So hopefully it's not too serious, and maybe anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks for him on the sidelines.
Yeah, disappointing for him. He'd been playing some really good footy the last couple of weeks, so pretty keen to get him back. And then thirdly was Dewald Decker, our South African prop. Got caught from behind and did a little bit of an ankle, but he sort of ran okay last night and is a potential to make his return this week or next. Panda, as they call him, how's he progressing?
Yeah, again, I think he was more surprised that he was in space running with the ball and probably just shocked himself and fell over himself. But he got chopped down from behind after making a break, and fell on his ankle a little bit awkwardly, as you do when guys are chopping you from behind and on the side. There's still hope for him there's still hope that we see him play this week. He's just got to follow the process, do what Jared and Gavin ask him to do, and hopefully we might get a bit of time with him on the field at training on Thursday to make a decision there. Just having said that, injuries are all part of rugby, but having a great crew like Jared and Gavin to, the S&C, the MedFit staff, they're onto it straight away. The care that they give the boys, the advice, the way that they integrate them back into training with their physio and their conditioning. It's just been one of the more professional. For a semi-professional club, we're very professional in that respect, and that's just big hands up and for all the work that those boys do.
Yeah, great to hear. And for Dewald, he can stick to lifting lineouts and packing scrums. Speaking of packing scrums, we saw uncontested scrums for the first time in a long time in the Shute Shield. That must have been a funny one to witness as a coach. And I'm sure the backs were licking their lips for a bit of free set piece ball. What'd you make of all that?
Well, who was it? Margs, Bortsy, and I think Dex. In the front row. Well, Dex could probably play the front row anyway, so he was probably comfortable in there. But it was interesting. And the rule about we had to go down to 14. So when you go into golden oldies, you've got to drop a player off. So in all that time, we were playing with 14 men, and so for us to keep them out and keep them scoreless. We were down to 14 men was pretty impressive defensively as well.
Yeah, great. And so we'll just run through a couple of those changes, and the starting team will continue with Brewer and Margan, and maybe Dewald replacing Isaac pending his ankle, and Declan Carroll will come in to start for Nick Palmer. What's Big Dex going to bring to the team this week?
Well, mate, he's dropped a ton load of weight since I last saw him before I went back home, and he's been leading those twos pretty well. He leads their line out. Always G's them up. He's one of our club captains. He's always amongst the boys and going above and beyond his duties. all we need from Dex, or what we're looking for Declan to bring this week is just doing his core roles. Line out, scrums, carry, and cleaning rucks and making your tackles. So that's what he's been doing over the last few weeks with twos, and now's a good opportunity for him to keep on pushing for that starting spot.
Yeah, great. And the back row's unchanged and the back line's unchanged. So at least a little bit of continuity there, and that must keep you pretty happy. Yeah,
it's but again, there's some great performances in twos again. So while it may look like it's an easy decision, there's lots of debate come Sunday night and Monday night around the selection table.
Yeah, certainly in second grade with Harry Cudmore 4 tries and looked like he was going to sneak one in the corner. And Ed Gregory got some time. Those two boys are keeping an eye on in second grade.
Yeah, well, again, with Connor going down during last week, and Jack Hasten getting injured with his ankle in twos, that gave the opportunity for Cuds and Ed to sit on the bench, and just giving them some game time at the end was valuable for them, and I'm pretty sure they were excited about it and looking forward to getting some more time and minutes and ones.
And this weekend we've got Eastern Suburbs, who were early favourites to go pretty well in this year's competition with 1 win and 3 losses. Not the way they would have liked to start. They're coming off the bye. What have we got to improve to get the win over at Wallara?
Well, we need to take care of our ball first. We need definitely make better decisions on our catch and pass and our offload selections. The other part, like I said, we weren't very effective at our clean out on the weekend, so we've got to make sure that we get our carries right and our cleaners are in that space quite smart.
And the threat that East bring, I'm sure you've watched plenty of tape of them over the first sort of 5 or 6 rounds. Where are they strong, and where are we going to have to look to nullify?
Well, set piece is strong, and that they've got a good playmaker who can put them into great position with his boot or his passing game, and then they've got speed out wide. They've got an exciting fullback and some quick wingers. So we've got to make sure that we shut those 3 players down before they get the ball.
Yeah, I think one of those wingers used to be one of ours, but we won't go there. Look, it should be a great day out at Wallara Oval on the carpet, the synthetic track there at Wallara. Tickets are sold out. It was pretty exclusive to 50 spectators from Northern Suburbs only. I'm not sure if that's a ploy from Eastern Suburbs or just us. But in other news with Eastern Suburbs, the Colts, they get their first crack at a bit of silverware, the Sam Carson Cup. Colts are doing pretty well. Is anyone catching your eye from the Colts group?
Oh, lots of guys are catching our eye, and I think Ben Malloy's a little bit scared that we're going to start taking a lot of those players and putting them in grade. But again, regardless of age, if you're good enough, then you should be playing, where the club needs you. Having said that, guys like Braden Collins, who's new to the club, he's a loose forward. He's been pretty dominant in his carries and his physicality in the loose forwards. They've got a good young front row, which bodes well for the club. Seafa, Dylan, and Doc. Those guys are going well and setting the foundation for their set piece. They've got some tall locks and rangy locks with good skill set, which we like. And they've got speed to burn in the backs, so we're pretty blessed to the work that Ben's done to get this team together, up and running, and keep them all together and all on the same page is a testament to his work outside of his own job.
Yeah, great. And obviously with two Colts games on the Friday night, hopefully we've got the Sam Carson Cup wrapped up Friday, and Saturday's just the cherry on top. Just looking at the ladder and the draw for this weekend, the top six has sort of shaped itself pretty well, but there could be some shake-ups this weekend. We'll go around the grounds again with a few tips from you. Eastwood hosting Uni at TG Milner. TG Milner hasn't been a happy hunting ground for Uni in previous years. Who wins that one for you?
Mate, I think you put me on the spot when I'm doing all these things. As an opposition coach, I really shouldn't be, tipping or picking against my opposition, because they could come back and bite me in the ass. But as I said last week, Uni, the reigning champions, and it's their title until someone knocks them off the top. Eastwood's had a couple of good wins against East, and I think Parramatta over the weekend, 2 Blues. So it's going to be a close one, but again, I'm going with Sydney Uni because they're still reigning champions in my eyes.
Yeah, that one's sure to be a cracker, absolutely no doubt. And Souths, last round winners over Uni in what was pretty interesting fashion, and they're hosting ladder leaders Randwick, who have sort of surprised a few with 5 from 5. That could go either way. And is that are you willing to make a tip on that one?
Oh, so you're allowed to say it can go either way, but I can't sit on the fence.
Yeah, that can go either way, mate. I've got no idea.
Okay. All right. So, mate, what a gutsy win from Souths last week. They were down 10 points with 3 minutes to go. Got a penalty, maul try in the corner, unconverted, down by 5 points with 1 minute to go. Got 3 penalties and kicked their way all the way back from their own goal line into Uni's 5 metre and scored scored 5 minutes after the hooter or the bell or whatever you guys do over here. So, Souths have got great set piece. Their line out is strong. They've got great carriers in the middle. They've got strength and speed in their backs. Having said that, I think the way that Randwick have been playing and the amount of sevens players they've got, they've just brought a different dimension that no one's seen in the game for a little while. And if Randwick can get their boys into space, it's going to be like you said, it's going to be an interesting game. So I'm going to sit on the fence with you on this one as well, and I'll go for a draw.
Two really different styles of rugby battling it out in that one. And the reason I ask is we've got all those 4 teams in sort of the next month and a little bit. So we've got some really tough and interesting rugby to be coming up. We're home, our home away from home down at Camden in round 7 against the 2 Blues. We went down to Camden earlier in the year, and you're looking forward to getting back to that one?
To Camden?
Yeah. Well,
we've got bad memories from Camden because, as I remember, straight after Camden, we went into lockdown.
Oh, so, touch wood on that one.
Touch wood, fingers crossed. The result stays the same, but the day after changes.
Yeah, I bet. Look, a great little clubhouse down there, great community, great rugby club, and obviously with East this weekend, we're still looking forward to getting down to Camden the following week. If you can't make it to any of the games, tune into a few sport rugby, catch up on all the scores, and then tune back into the Shoremen on the sideline, and you'll get all the information. Mate, thanks for your time again this week. Your final message to the members and fans ahead of round 6.
Yeah, just echoing what I've said before. We really appreciate the support and the sponsorship and coming around and cheering us on. But on the same message is stay safe. Do what the government's asking you in terms of social distancing and washing your hands and taking care of yourself.
Fantastic. Good to catch up as always, Earls. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Cheers, Jamie.